1, 2, 3.
Are you a corrupt politician? Or am I being redundant?
Well, she sneaks around the world, from Maryland to Carolina. She's a sticky finger culture, bubbling down to Belize. She'll take you for a ride, with the most to China. Tell me where in the world is
Jan Sanders?
There's only South Korea, maybe not in Korea. Come from the Red Sea to Greenland, we'll be singing the blues. I will be never Arkansas, still the beat come from a jungle. Tell me where in the world is
Jan Sanders?
she go from Nashville to Norway, but air to Zimbabwe, Chicago to Czechoslovakia and back. Well, she'll ransack Pakistan and Afghanistan and Scandinavia, then just stick 'em up down under and go big pocket burden. Miss and misdemeanor when she stole the base from Lima. Tell me where in the world is
Jan Sanders?
tell me where in the world. Come on, tell me where can she be? Botswana to Thailand, Milan via Amsterdam, Bali to Bali, Ohio. Oh, whoa, ooh, the chain. Ooh, the chain. Monday through Friday at 5. She flies around the globe and jumping from every nation. She's a double-dealing diva with a taste for favoring. Her itinerary's loaded with moving violations. Tell me where in the world is
Jan Sanders?
tell me where in the world is where in the world is. Tell me where in the world is where can she be? Where in the world is
Jan Sanders?
watch your back.
Hi, welcome back to the show. I'm Nate Taves once again, and this time I am here with a pair of newlyweds. At least for the purposes of this podcast. Thomas, you're here, right?
No, yeah, I'm here.
And
Physically, not mentally.
There's something new. And there's his lovely wife,
Hello.
Sarah.
Yep.
And
You're the presenter, Nathan. You have to introduce me.
yes, that's why I was letting you just saying hello first so they could hear your voice. So, we're all here, and this is, what, the birthday get-together one
Yes.
for September.
Yeah.
My dad's birthday is on the 28th, and my birthday was the 12th, and this is being taped in the middle. Yeah, can I tell you that we have my mom's Canadian cousin coming to visit during my dad's birthday.
No.
Yeah, we're not allowed to swear.
Really? At all?
Right. So,
What are you going to do?
you want to place a bet as to who's going to lose first?
I do.
Yeah, why does it know this first?
No, there's no contest that he's going to do it, but I mean, I mean, from the human perspective, who do you think's going to go first, me or my dad?
Yeah.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. Anyway, the purpose of this particular podcast is actually, this is a episode of Moving Violations. I want to say it's episode 7, if memory serves. Basically, up to this point, shut up, Wazoo. Thank you. Up to this point, the Moving Violation series has been talking about, damn that bird. It has been talking about bird. Has been talking about. Oh, sure, I can tell you, you don't do it. There you go. So, going to college. I got it in.
Apparently he doesn't like the man either.
No, apparently not.
Doesn't
Oh,
like
shut up, Wazoo.
Doesn't like Burlington College, huh?
He doesn't like anything except for himself. And my dad. But anyway, so Burlington College, as it pertains to disability law violations, it has been the gist of the show up to this point. I'm just going to ignore the damn bird. So,
Wow.
yeah, that's going to get pretty damn screechy. So, if anybody's hearing this for the first time, it's a bird, not me. The black-headed coyote. Look them up. They're ugly. That's right, was I would talk about your yellow shit. Anyway, so Burlington College as it pertains to disability law violations. Now, the reason why I thought we could do this episode, and I'm going to leave it up to you guys to ask questions on this topic, but Bernie Sanders announced the other day, you remember him, Jane Sanders' wife?
Yeah. Where in the world?
Yeah. Anybody pay attention to the opening of these shows? So, anyway, she was his wife. She was the head of Burlington College. She is no longer the head of Burlington College. Burlington College is struggling financially now, which is another topic to get into. We can do that during this. And the Senator, Bernie, is talking about running for President of the United States. Now, I could do one of two things there. I could either keep going with a monologue, which would be extremely boring, or I could do what I'm going to do, which is turn it over to you guys for questions and see where we go from there.
Okay.
So, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Any questions?
This is the first time he's decided to run for president.
No, he's hinted several other times of possibly running for president, but unfortunately, after what we got, it looks like we could potentially have a chance at getting that independent asshole in there.
What's his voting record like?
Politically, he has voted for all the welfare stuff, the Obamacare stuff, so forth and so on in that regard. However, if you have a disability, like myself or millions of others, Casey is another one that was on this series of shows that had a disability, and Mike M. Holt from the A Conversation series and from the Cat Shaver and Shooting the Bull episodes had a disability as well. If you have a disability and you vote for Bernie, you're essentially voting against yourself because he has voted against people with disabilities in terms of helping them, i.e. the Americans with Disabilities Act, the Americans with Disabilities Act Amendment Act, the Americans with Disabilities Act Amendment Act.
So he's voted against
All of
updating
them.
all those
Right.
acts.
When was it last updated, do you know?
I think it was like a year or two ago now.
Yeah. But it's something that you want to update every year.
It's something that they try to update every year, but, you know, he keeps voting against it.
Yeah.
What kind of changes do they want to make?
Well, at the current standard, if you have gastrointestinal issues, you can...
I can't remember who had that. Someone I know.
Starts with a T, fake card.
Here, let me give you this coffee culotta to think it over.
I'll drink to that. Anyway, If you have gastrointestinal issues, then you are considered disabled. If you have depression, you are considered disabled if it keeps you from working. If you have a disability like mine where it keeps me from driving and it keeps me from working and depression, the food and stuff, then you're considered disabled. Of course, thanks to the mainstream media, including Fox News Channel, there's also the regard that depression is mental illness, which I wouldn't call it mental illness because the mental illness carries with it a connotation of being violent and stuff, and you're not necessarily violent if you're depressed. If you're suicidal, that's a different kind of depression than the kind where you get blue about whatever for 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I fall between that and the Robin Williams depression. So, yeah, I'm considered mentally ill by all technicalities of the law and of the mainstream media's bias and what have you. But as such, I also, again, fall under the disabled headline. So, as I say, if you vote for Bernie, you're voting against yourself in that regard. So that was my PSA on the topic. I'm assuming something that I just said triggered another question here.
What do you think his chances actually are? Seeing
Yeah.
as he's
Thinking the same.
not very well known outside of Vermont.
Independent. Yeah.
Well, considering he's going for the Democratic ticket if he runs, it isn't very likely that he'd get in. I would think not with Hillary in the running.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I see her doing better than any Republican at this point. And I'm not saying unfortunately with any alliance, I'm saying it in terms of look at where we are now with all the violence in the Middle East and American citizens being beheaded and stuff there. And what's our president doing about it again?
Well, you can tell us, what he's been doing.
Yeah, but I would think that the fact that I am not answering that question would kind of give an answer.
Sure.
Congratulations to those who couldn't figure that one out on their own. I had to explain it to you. Yeah, when I say unfortunately, I mean in terms of like, if we get Hillary after what we've got now, do you see anything turning around in terms of our international standing?
No.
I rest my case. And that's just purely the international standing, never mind all the money problems that exist.
Yeah.
And the various reasons for that.
Right. Now, do you think that Bernie could do better than Hillary? Or is he just as worse? Or
If you took Obama and dipped him in a vat of white chocolate, you'd get Bernie.
okay.
Not prepared to say that.
Yeah, no. I was just imagining that. And I was like, no. Okay. They're about the same age right now.
Yeah, well, the presidency does age you a few years physically.
Yeah.
I mean, Obama had what color hair when he went in and what color hair coming out?
Black or dark brown, and he's white. Almost all white. Or all white.
He's pretty gray. I'd say almost all gray.
Yeah.
Have you ever met Bernie personally?
No, thankfully.
Yeah. Couldn't get past his wife, right?
I wouldn't want to go near his wife again. you've heard the stories on the other podcast. You tell me what you think in comments.
Right.
So anyway, any other questions we have on the topic?
So any redeeming quality of Bernie?
Supposedly he cares about the people in his state, but I think he mostly cares about staying in power and maybe his wife and their kid.
Yeah.
That's about all I can think of in terms of redeeming qualities for him. But you could say that about anybody. I mean, I would assume that Obama loves his kids.
Yeah.
I would assume that he loves his wife. Either that or they're the next House of Cards family, one of the two. And again, that's not politically biased or anything. Said the same thing about somebody on the Republican side. Wiener.
Never was a man so appropriately named.
Yeah. What was he trying to prove? Little things mean a lot?
Oh, boy.
And get any on you?
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, boy. Oh, jeez.
This is nice for a change. I'm not sneezing. Normally on these things, I'm sneezing. Instead, it's Thomas.
Now, I have one final question.
Yes.
What do you get when you combine Bert and Ernie?
Bernie. And a trembling, confused gay guy.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty clever.
Which part? Your question or the response?
Both.
That's good because I couldn't think of a good response.
That's very good.
Thanks, I think. So, anyway.
No, is Bernie more of a Bert or an Ernie?
I think he's more of a dumbbell, but it's a different conversation. I mean, obviously he didn't get to where he is now in life by being dumb. So he's smart textbook-wise, let's put it that way. You can't be dumb to be in politics, however, you can be a clown to be in politics.
As we know from the guy from Canada, what's his name?
Rob Ford.
Rob Ford, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something right now that's going to make you regret saying that. You ready?
Right.
He has cancer.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah. It was sarcoma in his abdomen.
Okay. Is that causing his behavior?
Nope, I'm sure it wasn't helping.
Yeah. That's too bad.
But I guess he was complaining about abdominal pain a couple of weeks ago. Got checked out and found out what it is. And he's decided not to run for re-election, so he sent his brother in his stead. Anyway, that's about as political as I care to get on this thing. So just think about that if you have a learning disability. Perhaps Bernie Sanders is not your best vote. I should also mention that Obama's record for voting with people with disabilities is not all that great either. And all those so-called sequestration cuts that he made to disability funding was him, because he was the one that made the cuts. So let's not blame the Republican Party. Let's be honest about the situation. And let's be honest in general. Yes, both sides of the aisle cut funding to disabilities because it's easy. It's one of the easier things to save money on. Doesn't make it right. No. And here we are today. Yada yada yada. So with that, I make this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And Sarah's passed out. So with that, we'll see whatever the next moving violations is. But in the meantime, do listen to the other episodes.
Monday through Friday at 5. She flies around the globe and jumping from every nation. She's a double-dealing diva with a taste for favoring. Her itinerary's loaded with moving violations. Tell me where in the world is
John Saunders.
Tell me where in the world is where in the world is Tell me where in the world is where Jack should be Where in the world
John Saunders.
Watch your back!
Are you a corrupt politician? Or am I being redundant?